Hey guys, this is Jerry, welcome to the channel. This is the most luxurious vehicle I've ever driven, I've ever sat in. This is the Aito M9. So this is the Chinese version, of course. Hopefully this will become available in New Zealand or other markets in the future. Today we're going to have an exterior and interior walk around and point of view test drive to see how it's like and all that things. Let's do an exterior walk around first. Electric doors on all of them. That's so cool. So closing the door is really simple. You can stop it halfway or you can give a little push and it goes all the way. As standard, these will come with the soft closing doors, electric door handles of course. The overall length of this vehicle is quite long. It's over 5.2 meters. That means this is very similar size against something like a Mercedes GLS. But this is a little bit more luxurious overall. At the front, full LED headlights, but not just LED. This has all the pixels in front of it. That means these lights can project things on the lines. It's absolutely cool, absolutely brilliant. It's got all the matrix headlights, all the things you can imagine, all those things. And just a simple Aito logo, just like that. So, very beefy car, 21-inch alloys. You can upgrade to a 22-inch if you wish. At the back, we also have all those pixel lights as well. You can see this one is option to the lantern light. You can change whatever you like as well. You can do a heart icon, you can do a thumb, you can do whatever you want. It's brilliant. The whole car just looks really, really aggressive overall. In terms of power, this has a different powertrain as you can imagine compared to other vehicles. There is a pure EV version, but today we're driving the range extended EV version. I'll talk about that later in the vehicle when we start driving. On the top, you'll notice the LiDAR sensor. Around the vehicle, there are over 20 combined LiDAR and radar sensors, plus all the cameras around the vehicle. That means this one can achieve very, very close to semi-self-driving. Let's go to the rear seats to see how it's like. First thing, look at the cushion, look how the seats looks like. It's absolutely premium. Look at the electric buttons on the side. We get all the speakers. This car has more than 23 speakers around the vehicle. And everything's so soft. We get heated seats, cooling seats, and massage seats. All those things available even on the second row. And once we step in, we'll find these projector things. Let's close the door. So at daylight, this isn't as bright as we wish, but it's still very, very solid. And don't worry, when you drive the vehicle, you can still use this screen because there are holders behind. It's not going to bounce around, things like that. There are some air vent control over here. Plus, we get freezer, so it can cool your drinks or can warm your drink if you need. How cool is that? And if you don't like that, that's fine. You still get these holders over here. You can buy something like a Huawei pad or buy additional accessories to mount any pad behind the seats. Let's go to the rear seats first. So this is my preferred seating position. At the third row, I find tons of legroom, tons of knee room, and cup holders. I even get electric adjustments over here. Look at that, how fancy is that? You get electric adjustments on the third row, plus USB charging and heated seats on the third row. It's absolutely crazy how much space you get on the third row on this vehicle. I find this way more premium to sit in than any other medium-sized SUVs ever traveled. And that's crazy. At the front seats, you also notice something like wireless phone charging. You just slide the phone in, it will do wireless phone charging, or cable charging if you prefer the cable way. Anyway, behind the seats, it's loads of information, loads of space, and it's absolutely brilliant, and it's just so cool. Press this button, that opens again. Let's look at the tailgate. So, of course, one-touch electric tailgate. That means we get around 206 liters boot space when the seats goes all the way back, but it can expand to more than 700 or more than 2,000 liters if you fold down all the seats, which is more than enough for what people need every day. Closing this door are pretty easy. Just push it halfway, light touch, it goes all the way. Let's go to the front seats because this is where the business goes on. Pressing the brake pedal, seats goes all the way, and my seat goes back a little bit, so giving me a comfort access. Then it pushes forward, just like that. How crazy is that? Anyway, big tablet screen over here, over 15-inch over here, plus over a sort of 14-inch display on the passenger side. So you get dual accounts. So that means I could do navigation over here. The other one can do movies or whatever she prefers or he prefers. In the center, 2 wireless phone charging, 50 kilowatts wireless phone charging, by the way. This is your control mode for your driving mode. Some storage over here. Look at the mechanism. So satisfying. And some storage over here as well. In case you find the storage is too limited, don't worry, you get the tray over here. So this tray is electronic controlled and you can set a pin pad for it. That means you can lock this up for the driver for whatever you need, your watch or whatever you need. On the side, there's also a storage over here if you need on that. Everything you touch on this car is absolutely premium, top quality, all extended throughout the cabin. And there's no doubt about that. In terms of pricing, this vehicle starts at 469,000 Chinese yuan, and the top spec of this version goes to 529 Chinese yuan. That means it's equivalent about 73,000 US dollars for the top spec, or $120,000 New Zealand. If you think that's too expensive, well, the Mercedes GLS costs way more than that price tag, and it probably offers less features compared to this. Anyway, all the talkings are done. Let's go for test drive, see how it goes. All right, now we're ready. Let's go for drive to see how it's like. All right, first touch, it's really responsive. So the vehicle size, the motor at the front is 1.5 liter petrol generator. It's not really a motor, to be fair, as it doesn't really directly power the vehicle. That means we get dual motor EV on this vehicle. Combined, you're getting 365 kilowatts of power in total and 675 Newton meters of torque in total. Of course, dual motor means all-wheel drive. There are completely a package of driving modes and features you can select, which is under the vehicle setting. So you can do energy mode, you can do sport mode, you can do comfort mode. You can even adjust the air suspension as well to low, high, medium if you wish. Plus, on the driving part of it, you can change pure EV or EV first or energy recovery or petrol first, things like that. But the petrol does not drive the wheels, by the way. And in front of us, we get gigantic AR HUD. So that means if you start the navigation, the AR HUD is actually going to display around the corner, so you can see it actually on the road, which is absolutely brilliant. And the handling is really nice. The steering feels very light, very soft, but it's very solid and planted on the ground. Riding on this surface, it's so easy. You don't get any bumps or anything like that. There are bumps that transfer into the tires. You can feel it, but you cannot feel it on the seats, which is crazy. And the acceleration on this is really easy because the pedal is so responsive through the dual motor. Due to the limitation of test drive, I won't be able to try the full complete package of driving modes on this vehicle, but all I can say is it rides as the price tag indicates. It's really premium. The suspension works really well, and the handling is very smart. It's very agile. It doesn't feel like a big chunky car of over 5.2 meters at all. And it's got all the safety technologies, not just safety technology, it's got self-driving ability. That means the vehicle can recognize speed signs, slow it down, and can overtake someone on motorway. You can do the navigation in the center. That means the car will drive on its own while you're taking over the hand steering. And that's all it does. It can recognize the backs, it can recognize the center yellow lines, just like that. It's so fancy. The amount of technology that's available on this car is just brilliant, and it blows your mind for sure. At least it has blown my mind. And the overall visibility on this vehicle is really good. I don't get any really big blind spot. There are digital wing mirrors that's available if you need to use that as well. As you can see, even the truck gets recognized. You can see the SUV, you can see even the trailer, all that things. That's so cool. Now let's go to the sport mode, and you get that little noise over here. And we can do a small acceleration test just over here. 1, 2, 3. Whew. Alright, I need to slow down. Obviously the 0 to 100k's power on this particular, so the range extended EV with the petrol generator at front is around 4.8 seconds to 100, where the pure EV version can reach 100k in 4.3 seconds. And it's simply way too fast for this size of vehicle. To take note, the vehicle weight is actually over 2.5 tons, so it's a heavy car. But it's a fast, heavy car, let's put it that way. And the turning is just agile. All the material quality on this feels really good, like full leather wrapped steering. And the road noise is little to none. I don't get much road noise at all. This is fairly windy day today, and there's just barely anything I can hear from inside the vehicle. The cabin is so soft. There is also some part of the regenerative braking, but it's not very strong for a EV, which is totally fine in most traffic here in China. And the brake feels very responsive too. Even on this rough seal, you can feel the bumps in the car. I don't feel anything on the seat. The air suspension works really well. There's multi-link suspension behind and all that things. And the suspension is actually on the lowest level. It was on the lowest level. It just overall just really quiet, and you don't get anything from this cabin through the roads of here. And that's the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed the content. This is absolutely a joy to drive this vehicle on the road. Since we're heading back to the dealership, that will be the last part of this video. Don't forget to subscribe and like. That would be really helpful for the channel. If you want more content about the Chinese cars and all that things, maybe subscribe so I can show you something in the future when I come back again. But I do wish the Aito brand will come to New Zealand or Australia at some point, so we can see all these vehicles on the road. And all I can say, it's absolutely impressive with this car, with fully loaded features and all that. And that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next video.